Very beautiful.
But it's also haunted.
Hi, we're Scott and Cindy.
Come be a ghost tourist with us.
And we'll tell you if the places are spooky or dooky.
Where are we?
At the Brown Palace in Denver, Colorado.
Brown Palace
And
Hotel.
it's definitely palatial and beautiful. Very beautiful.
But it's also haunted.
You have a vacancy.
No, we have 12 vacancies. 12 cabins, 12 vacancies.
All right, here's my question for you.
If you're on the throne and you drop a turd, does that make it the Brown Palace? Throne, palace, turd, brown.
I get it.
So legend says that the hotel's architecture is a conduit for spirits. The hotel's right triangular design, rooted in Masonic geometry and the 720-foot deep artesian well at its center, have led some to believe the hotel is conceived as a spiritual portal.
Spiritual portal to what?
Spiritville.
To hell?
Didn't say that. Although, some believe the hotel dug too deep and tapped into some evil.
To hell. That's what I said. To hell. To hell.
But whether that's true or not,
Lots of spirits here that walk the halls. They hear children running up and down the hall, which is every freaking hotel we've ever been in has children running in. No?
Not everyone. They all have white dressed women.
That's true. Of course, if they see lights turning on and off, no one is there to turn them on and off.
and you'll find there's a ghost or some weird story on almost every single floor. Let's start on the first floor.
Another story took place in the lobby where they have a bunch of tables and they serve tea there. It's really nice.
Okay.
All the tables have glass tops. This group of people were sitting at the table looking up at the beautiful skylight overhead, saying, wouldn't it be awful if the skylight cracked and all the glass fell down? And right as this person said that, the glass on the tabletop directly in front of them cracked.
Oh.
They watched it as the crack went across the glass on the table, completely cracking the whole table.
Well, they're lucky they didn't say, wouldn't it be awful if we were trampled by a herd of buffalo?
That's right.
Because that could have happened.
That's right. So I guess the ghost of the lobby made it happen.
The hotel's dining room, which used to be called the San Marco Room,
What is now the restaurant called Ellington's.
is also haunted. Used to have big, flashy bands play there back in the day, and one night, modern day, an employee heard music coming from there and went in and saw 4 men in there playing instruments, playing a band.
That'd be cool.
And he told them, hey, you're not supposed to be in the dining room. And they said, don't worry about us. We live here. And then they disappeared.
How'd you know that that's the way they said it?
Don't worry about us. We live here.
Also on the first floor is the Churchill Cigar Bar.
Henry C. Brown, the person that commissioned the building of this hotel, liked to listen to music in this cigar bar that used to be his office.
Got it. And now we jump to present day, right?
Yeah. So it was after hours. There was a manager that was sorting receipts. And then all of a sudden, the sound system started playing music really loudly, playing these different radio stations. And the manager got up and looked at the sound system, and the sound system wasn't even on, but he could hear the music playing. And the manager got really upset and said, Henry, please, I'm trying to work here. And the music stopped after he got mad.
If the manager had an English accent, how would he have said that?
Henry, please, I'm trying to work here.
It sounds exactly the same.
I can't do an English accent.
Oh, okay, all right.
Nor can I understand what the people in England are saying.
No, we have to have subtitles on.
We do.
So in this room that has all the murals on the wall, there used to be a beautiful lead crystal chandelier that they called Gladys. One night a housekeeper was setting up in there and felt something brush past his shoulder. And the chandelier started to flicker and flicker and flicker. So he had his cell phone, so he whipped it out, took some pictures. And in one of the pictures, it looks like there's an arm coming out of the wall to grab him. In case you missed it, this was our tour guide, Debra Faulkner, and she was great, super knowledgeable, but we weren't allowed to videotape the tour. So I found footage of her online.
Mediums will often say this place is like Grand Central Station. There are so many spirits going through here.
But it was time to head down into the bowels of the building.
It's a really nice looking old-fashioned elevator. We're gonna go to the tavern.
In the tavern, there was a guy who just gotten out of the army, and he basically went crazy and started shooting in the tavern and shot a doctor in the heart. And the doctor died. And now the ghost of the doctor comes back and can be seen in the mirror of the tavern.
That's right. I'm going to take a picture of the to see if I see him exactly. We didn't see the doctor in the mirror.
Okay, so what else is downstairs?
Legend has it that there's the sounds of a baby crying in the hotel's basement or boiler room.
Because, that's where they've made young babies labor before they had child labor laws.
That's where they kept the babies in the 1800s.
But it was time to move from the spooky lobby to the spooky floors above the lobby.
You want to tell them about the service elevator?
So the service elevator moves strangely, and it's operated by the specter of a waiter.
Cindy, do you see the ghost of a waiter at the service elevator? How many ghosts have we seen here so far today? None.
This seems like a very narrow.
As we explored the second floor, we thought back to what our tour guide had said.
The official line from our management is that we are not a haunted hotel.
Okay.
That said, I don't think I've met a single employee who's been there for more than 3 years who doesn't have some story of unexplained phenomena.
There's a place here called the Brown Palace Club. Yes, it's a club within the Brown Palace. And there's a man in a dark suit and a cap who's often seen there. And I'm guessing he's a ghost, otherwise why would we care that there was the man there? And he's in the attire of an old train conductor. Maybe I should have led with that. So he looks like a guy running a train, and he's often seen near the entrance of the club.
Okay.
All aboard!
When people approach this spirit, he drifts down into the floor or into the wall right where the Rock Island Railroad ticket office used to be.
I wonder if he was the conductor of the band in the dining room.
Two different types of conductors.
Oh, sorry.
And then some see something crawling underneath the carpets, like the carpets are undulating.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I haven't heard that in any other haunting.
So that was good. So if you just want to see something weird, come to the Brown Palace in Denver.
That sounds like vermin.
Feels like when you're standing on it, the carpets feel like they're waving underneath your feet.
Would you use the word undulate?
Undulate under your feet.
The lady who gave us the tour said she herself has felt the carpet moving under her feet.
We spoke to the person that felt it.
And she said it felt like when you're on the beach and the sand shifts under your feet. She said it was a very weird sensation.
Yeah. So though nobody's been able to identify what it is that's crawling under there. It's a ghost.
Yeah, of course it's a ghost.
So nobody knows if it's like a ghost of an animal or could be a spider. Big spider.
Very big spider.
What I want you to do is get to the corner of the room and start pulling up the carpet so you can see if there's anything crawling underneath it.
And then several people have seen a ghost bartender who melts in and out of the wall. He melts in and out of the wall, or he just vanishes into the wall.
The word they used was melt. If he had a candy shell, he'd melt in your mouth, not in your hands. I tried to make little notes and record little notes.
Yeah, me
because
too.
I liked all her stories,
Yeah.
but we couldn't record them.
And her stories were like all the stuff that we knew or that we read, but they were always a little bit different. Like there was like, so the stories online are a little bit wrong.
Yes, I
Wrong
assume
in
she's
some
right.
ways. I assume she's right.
She researches everything,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we were very impressed.
Yes, it was a great tour.
Cindy loved Carol.
Deborah. Oops. So on the spooky scale, we give
The Brown Palace.
4 out of 5. Audience, do you understand what I'm trying to explain?